Does Future Motion have a problem with their new Antic bike frames cracking? Before we get started, I do want to say that I do own an Antic bike and I'm absolutely in love with it. I've had zero issues. It's been completely rock solid and it's probably the most fun thing that I own. That being said, I am a part of the Antic Owners Facebook group, so I know that not everyone has had the same good luck that I have. So let's get into that a little bit. And sorry if I go off on a rant or a few tangents. This is completely unscripted, but I just wanted to talk about some of these failures that we've been seeing. And by the way, in this video, I'm not gonna focus on any other failures like bricked units, throttle issues, all those other issues that have been coming up, because the frame cracking seems to be the most worrisome thing because it's a catastrophic failure. As of today, I looked it up and there's about 1,900 members on the Antic Owners Facebook group. Out of those 1,900 members, I was able to find 12 confirmed frame cracks, and some of them are complete snaps of the frame. There's actually 13 reported cases if you believe the one guy that said he broke 2. So let's call it 13. And that's out of 1,900 members. Now, I think we all know historically, not all the members of a particular Facebook group, they're not all owners of that product, right? I just queried Gemini and I asked, hey, historically, what percentage of people on these types of groups actually own the product? And it came back with a rough range of 60 to 75% of the people in that group actually own the product. But just keep that in the back of your mind. These numbers I'm going to present you with some numbers, but the numbers may actually be worse depending on how many of those members actually own the bike. So let's just assume that all 1,900 members of that Facebook group own an Antic. And there's 13 reports of cracked or broken frames out of those 1,900 members. So that puts us at a failure rate of about 0.7%. That doesn't seem too high, right? It's a little under 1%, but it's the type of failure that it's concerning, right? And I was concerned enough when all of the images that I saw were just of the down tubes breaking. That was scary enough. But the thing about that is that if you come down off of a wheelie or something and the down tubes break, most likely you're not going to just face plant or fall, right? Because it's just going to snap, but there's still a little bit of structure there to keep you up. But recently, I saw someone post that the entire head tube snapped off. So the top tube, the down tube, and the head tube, they all cracked apart at the welds. Now, to me, that is super concerning because if you come down off of a wheelie and that happens, you're going straight into the ground. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And that's pretty much why I'm making this video, because I want more people to have eyes on this issue, not just the people in our particular Facebook group. I want anybody who's thinking about buying this bike to do your research so that way you can make an informed decision about the risks that you may potentially be taking. I haven't heard Future Motion, Kyle, or Jack, anybody out of that team make any statements on this. And from what I've seen, it seems like they're trying to take care of most people out there. There are a few that seem like they're getting a little bit of the runaround, and that may be due to just that specific customer service person that they're talking to at Future Motion. But for the most part, it sounds like they're trying to take care of everyone that's having this issue. Now, what's going to happen in the long run It may get to the point where if there's enough failures, they may not be able to ignore it. They may have to do some kind of recall or something at some point. That would be pretty devastating for the company, probably, because I'm sure it's millions and millions of dollars. I really hope that they're thinking, we don't want to wait until somebody gets seriously hurt because of this failure, because one, that would be really bad for that person, and that could potentially be way more expensive for the company if that were to happen, if they were to get tied up in a lawsuit because of someone getting seriously hurt because of this failure. Oh, and by the way, I have seen other failures, frame failures on TikTok, which I'm not even counting here because it's kind of the Wild West over there. It was hard for me to put actual numbers to that because I don't know who's stealing videos from who, this and that. On the Facebook group, I could see the actual people's usernames, and I could tell if you could see if they're stealing pictures from one another or not. So I felt a little more comfortable about that. I think for me, even though I love my Antic and I haven't had any issues yet, I have to say that the worst part about all this, at least for me, is that I can't just ride the bike and 100% enjoy it. It's because I always have in the back of my mind, like, oh, dude, if I jump off this curb or if I hit this crack in the sidewalk too hard, am I going to stress the frame out? Is it going to crack on me? So I can't really be free when I'm riding the bike because it's always in the back of my head, like, am I going to break this thing? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the next step is to start gathering serial numbers and see if we can pinpoint, are all of these problematic frames, are they all coming from serial numbers from the same batch of bikes? It would be good to start gathering some of that data and just seeing if there's some kind of pattern that arises. And I'm guessing Future Motion is doing the same thing. They're just trying to wait it out right now and hope that it doesn't get any worse. And they're hoping that no one has any serious injuries. Because, if they did a voluntary recall right now, it would cost them millions of dollars. And I don't know what kind of revenue that company has, but they're a pretty small operation, right? They're not they're not a huge corporation like Apple or something. They can't weather something like that. So I guess we'll see how it goes. But like I said, I wanted to put this out there for anyone who's thinking about buying this bike. Please go into the purchase with your eyes wide open, knowing all the risks. Try to zoom out and look at it. For me, when I purchased the bike, I knew about the frames cracking and I bought it anyway. I tried to look at it from the point of percentages, and even though if they're hovering around 1% failures, that's pretty high for a catastrophic failure. In the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty low percentage. So I took the chance and I got an Antic, and I've been lucky so far. And I think I said in my first video, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this channel, was to kind of document my time with this bike, just to show how I use the bike and maybe capture the moment the frame breaks, if it ever breaks. I've been lucky so far, but I know that luck may run out any day. So anyway, sorry for ranting. Like I said, this was completely unscripted. I would love to hear from you guys. If you've had issues with your bike, drop a comment down below, or if you want to be more discreet, feel free to send me an email and I'll read through it. But I will keep my eyes posted on this issue, and I'll make a follow-up video if anything changes, if we see a major uptick in broken frames, or if Future Motion issues some kind of statement. I don't know. If anything changes at all, I'll try to make an update video and update you guys. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is this acceptable for a company? I don't know. I get it. I'm an engineer by trade, and I know that things happen. I'm sure that they did a ton of testing. I don't know how much actual scientific testing they did. You know, like repeatable scientific tests with machinery and strain gauges and stuff like that. I don't know. I know for sure that they had a ton of people riding them, and I know that the guys that they have riding them probably aren't very easy on the bikes. So I don't know if they came across this issue during development and decided to go forward anyway. That would be kind of bad, but I'm guessing not. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that they didn't just like rush it out because they got intel that Float Life was coming out with their own version of a wheelie bike. I don't know, but as an engineer, I know that shit happens, right? You do everything you can to check everything, and your quality team does everything that they can do to check everything and think of every scenario that can go wrong with this and test it. But sometimes things just get missed, and it's not due to a lack of trying or thoroughness. I mean, sometimes just shit happens. And we'll just see. We'll see how well Future Motion handles this going forward. And I really do hope that it's limited to a small amount of units, and I hope it's not a widespread thing. Mainly for selfish reasons, because I don't want my Antic to break, and I don't want anybody to get hurt. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. That's the good news, is that I couldn't find anyone that was seriously injured or worse by one of these failures. So that's really good news. Anyway, sorry again for the rant. I know I just did it again. I just ranted again. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here, my name is Matt, and I'm trying to just document my life with the Antic, and yeah, and I'm loving it so far. It's the most fun that I've had in a long time. If you're into cameras and camera gear, go check out my main channel. I'll link it down below in the description if you want to check that out. But if you want more videos about the Antic and life with it, I'm gonna do some installs here. I have some new accessories coming, so that should be cool. And so if you want to see all that stuff, please subscribe and like this video. It helps me out a lot. You know, the more we can grow this channel, the more eyes will get on it, and maybe if there is an issue in the future, maybe it'll be more likely that Future Motion will do something if this channel can get some traction and get more eyes on it. So if you can, please like and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. Again, my name is Matt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.